Welcome to another Demarcation Media Lego review. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Lego Star Wars Armored Assault Tank, or AAT. Now, before we go any further, I just want to say this is one of the most mixed bags of Lego sets I've seen in such a long time. There's a lot of good things about it, and there's also a lot of really, really stupid things about it. So the tone of this review is going to be very different. And I know a lot of the LEGO reviews I do on the channel don't get as many views, and that's totally fine, because the main core of my channel is Mega Constructs. But I do still collect LEGO, and I wanted to talk about this set because there are some things about it that I'm really happy about, and then some things that really just make me mad. But let's go ahead and look at the box. This box looks like your kind of standard $30 box size. We got 4 minifigures, well, 2 minifigures and 2 droids. We have a battle droid that's labeled just battle droid, and then we have an AAT driver battle droid. They're the same figure. There's literally no difference. They just labeled them different. We have Ahsoka, and then this guy is labeled Ahsoka's clone trooper, even though they were officially called the 332nd Legion or Battalion. I don't remember if they were Legion or Battalion. But we get some really nice box art. Gives me a lot of like nostalgia for the older seasons of the Clone Wars. We have a 332nd trooper up here in the corner. Ahsoka on the top, the really nice white bricks for the Star Wars line, and around the back it says play it in the Skywalker Saga, which is finally coming out. Took so long. And then we get to see the features of the set. It opens up. The battle droid is holding a laser. I don't really know how that works, but he's also loading it upside down. So not only is he holding a laser, but he's loading the laser in the wrong way. And then everybody seems to be just kind of chilling on the back here. Those guys are just loading up, and Ahsoka and the clone are just kind of walking around. But yeah, pretty cool box. The instructions are pretty much the same. There's some ads in the back for the line of Star Wars sets that came out at the same time. So pretty standard. But let's go ahead and take a look at the set itself. There we go. There's the AAT. There's the other figures. We got Ahsoka with her dual lightsabers, a really cool 332nd Trooper battle droid. We're going to look at all the figures in just a minute. I want to take a look at the tank first. So the AAT is a pretty iconic vehicle. Everybody who's seen any bit of the Clone Wars or even like the prequels will know what it is. So it's pretty important that LEGO gets it right. And for the most part, I think this build looks fantastic. The angles on the back look great. Down low, it's not the most pretty sight ever, but it's not bad. The kind of angles here are cool. This falls really easy. Like, for some reason, the pieces are super loose. So that's kind of frustrating. But you can kind of use that to trigger the flick missiles, like so. Or I think you can just press this little tab here. Yeah, you can just kind of press that. So there's kind of 2 ways to launch this if you want to. I guess that's why they made this loose. But the flick missiles, or the spring missiles, let me tell you, these things like to fly around. You'll just pick it up and want to move it from one shelf to another, and then off it goes. The missile is lost forever. And so I just kind of keep them unloaded. It's cool, and the blasters are kind of in the right place, because I think that there's, like, launchers down here. But, yeah, so I don't mind that they're there. It's just they get launched really easy. Got some nice guns on the side that can kind of swivel on the stud, up and down. The turret on top, the big one, spins all the way around. There's very little friction there. And it elevates, which looks fantastic. Now, here's the big issue with this. What the heck is going on with this barrel? It's so long. Like, so long. This is like a sniper tank. Look at that. The size is ridiculous. I don't know what LEGO is thinking, because all we have to do is pull out this middle section here. So you'll have a Technic bar and then 2 of these. And then all you need in its place is one of these red Technic connectors. Pop that on there, and look at that. Your tank is perfect. Right size barrel. It matches. It's perfect. Why did LEGO have to add this much extra to the barrel? That's just ridiculous. There's no point in that. We have a hatch on top. Opens up. You can stick a battle droid in, although it's very hard to get him to stand upright, like actually stuck to the studs. But he can fit in there. Looks pretty cool. And also, if you don't mind taking off his blaster, you can just kind of fold him up and drop him in there. I've got him to fit in there, well, close enough. You can actually get him to fit in there and the hatch will close pretty much all the way, but he doesn't want to get in there right now. Then this antenna right here is using a fencing sword, which is a pretty cool use of that part, in my opinion. The shaping around the back is great. And then inside, we have the other droid, some control panels, very minimal space, but it does its job and looks pretty good. So overall, the tank itself is pretty nice. It just really did not need to have that long of a barrel. And for the remainder of the review, I'm going to keep it in the fixed position. It's so easy. You just need one piece. So here is our battle droid and AAT driver. And like I said, there is absolutely no reason at all for them to have different names because they're the same battle droid. Now, usually when battle droids come in sets, they're just kind of filler, you know, just have more cannon fodder for your battlefield. But these guys actually are really cool. They kind of have this olive green torso piece. The printing on the face looks really cool. And then they come armed with a pearl kind of silver gray blaster. It looks kind of black on camera, but that on top is a black one and the one down beneath is gray. So that's pretty cool. And honestly, I really like these guys. They look really nice. The combination of colors is great. They're not something we've seen before, I don't think. And yeah, it's always just nice to have just some variation for the ranks of battle droids. The printing is pretty nice. Looks like the one guy has some scuffing on his forehead. That definitely was not my doing. He came that way. But other than that, I would say that these guys are not really just filler. They look great. I'm happy to have these in my collection. And I still need to do some photos with them. But they look like they would make some great like leaders of a pack of battle droids. Stick them in the front. Then they can get blown up first. Here is Ahsoka in her Season 7 getup. She has her blue lightsabers that, spoilers for Season 7, Anakin gives her. He kind of fixes her lightsabers and makes them blue. They're just normal blue lightsabers, but there's no air bubbles in these, so that's pretty cool. Ahsoka herself looks pretty good. Her skin tone, I think, is a bit bright. It's just the normal orange from Lego, but it's not bad. Her headpiece is maybe a little long. This is the same one that I think they used for the Rebels Ahsoka, whereas maybe they should have used the other Clone Wars one, but then that would have been too short. I don't know. I think this is a good choice. The printing on it's really good. I'm kind of worried about how well this print is going to last, because even just straight out of the package at the tips, there's kind of like some rubbing. So I don't know if the print is going to last well or not, because it is on rubber. We have her little silver headpiece, and it's a little hard to get this off because it's rubber. But there's her face underneath. She's kind of smiling. And this is not the original Clone Wars style. This is a more realistic style. And then around the other side, she's kind of angry. But she doesn't look really, really angry. Ahsoka never looks like super, super mad. So that makes a lot of sense. And then her torso and leg print looks fantastic. Flows really well. Somewhere on the back. Now, this is the exact same minifigure that comes in the Duel on Mandalore set. So, Lego can't really say that you should buy this set for Ahsoka. The real reason why you would want to buy this set, we will take a look at right now. There we go. This is the whole reason why you would want to buy the set. Unless, of course, you just wanted an AAT. But, of course, I mean, you really are buying this for the clone. This is the 332nd Trooper, exclusive to this set, and I say exclusive loosely because the only thing that's really exclusive is the helmet. So here is a 501st Trooper from the 501st Battle Pack, and if you take their helmets off, they're the same exact figure. So the only thing that you're buying here really is this helmet, and it's done pretty well. I think the orange is a bit bright, but it does match Ahsoka's skin tone, which is great. He looks great alongside a 501st Trooper. The mouth, Lego has been getting some weirdness with the Clone Trooper mouths. Look at this. Both these guys, you can kind of see, they're printing them a little crooked somehow. I'm not really sure how exactly, because when you look at it dead on, it looks fine. But from the top, it's kind of crooked, and that's a little bit weird. Lego's printing on helmets and whatnot has been getting a little bit iffy lately. But we got the print up to here. It looks pretty good. gray in like the cheek areas. Around the back, it's just same. Actually, from around the back, it looks like a plain Phase 2 trooper. Then he comes armed with a blaster. So this guy is absolutely fantastic. I have some more thoughts on the set and on this figure as a whole, but let me get the whole set in here so I'm not just focusing on the one trooper. So that's kind of an overview of the AAT. Now, let's talk about the big issues with the set. Well, first of all, we already talked about this a little bit, but the long barrel. I put it back to its original configuration because I wanted to point it out again. Lego, what the heck were you thinking there? It was such an easy fix. All it took was one of these. Instead, you went out of your way to make this stupidly long, and it cost 3 extra pieces. I don't understand. I just don't. That just makes no sense. My other gripe. Why is there only one 332nd trooper? Like, there should be at least 2. Especially because, and this is my third and biggest gripe, this set is $40. That's US dollars. 40, actually, depending on where you buy it, 40 to 45 US dollars. I actually had to pay 45 for mine. Well, I didn't have to. I bought it from a local toy store, and I paid the extra $5 because I wanted to support them. But Walmart, like if you go to Walmart or Target, this is going to be $40. This is a 286 pieces. That is an absolutely awful price per part. That is terrible. And we only get 4 minifigures. 1 332nd trooper. Lego, this is absolutely not okay. You're overpaying. You're paying for the Star Wars name and the Disney name on the box, and it's just really not okay. And this is continuing. Like, the new Mandalorian Starfighter that's coming out, it costs $70, and it's only 400 pieces. There's a new set coming out that's basically the same size as this. It's a Republic fighter tank, and it's got some of Mace Windu's clones, some battle droids, and Mace Windu. So that's 4 minifigures, 4 plus 2 battle droids, plus a tank the same size, and that's still $40, as opposed to this, which has 2 minifigures and 2 battle droids. That's just not okay. I think there should have been at least 2 more of the 332nd troopers to make this worth the price, because now that guy is worth like $20 or $25 on the aftermarket. So it's pretty much impossible to army build 332nd troopers unless you want to spend $40 every single time or pay $25 on the aftermarket. So it's just a bad situation all around. It's a good set, but it should have been $30, or there should have been more pieces and more minifigures. So I honestly don't recommend this set unless you just want a 332nd. I just don't. I would say go and buy yourself a 501st Battle Pack if you want some clones, and then wait for Lego to re-release the 332nd Trooper, because he's still on the box art of the new Star Wars sets. So I imagine we'll see him again fairly soon. This is just, it's a cool set. Excuse me. It's a very cool set. But it's just too expensive. You don't get enough for what you're paying for. And Lego does stupid things like make the barrel long. And I feel bad for kind of bashing on the set, because I know the designers put a lot of work into this. The minifigure designers put a lot of work into this. And I'm not saying their work was wasted or they did a bad job, except for right here. I'm like, what were they thinking? It's just the inflation that Lego is pushing on these Star Wars sets is ridiculous. And they know people will pay it because it's Star Wars. So they'll just keep upping the prices until finally everyone gets too angry to buy the sets, which I think is a big problem. So that's kind of the bottom line. I don't recommend the set. It's cool, but it's kind of unacceptable how much Lego is jacking up the price for these Star Wars sets. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and consider subscribing, and I'll see you next time.